Hey everyone, I'm so happy. I'm so happy to be back. Have you ever you're an adult and you go and visit family once or twice a year and you've just it was only for me 3 days, but for you it might be a day and it's just I want to get back to my life. So I was really happy to see family, but it's just when you grow up with family, you have kind of no choice. You live with them. You deal with their bullshit. You deal with what they like, and you start liking it because you're stuck with them. But quite literally, it's just like a normal person. Family isn't any different. They have things they like. You have shit you like. And when you're forced to listen to their shit, you want to kill yourself. That's a good way to put it. I'm going to be completely honest. I fucking enjoy going to bed at 9 or 10 p.m. because I get a good amount of sleep and I wake up feeling good. My dad, my little sister, and his girlfriend, they fucking go to bed at 2 a.m. in the morning. You wake up. You feel like shit. You don't even want to wake up. And I'm just thank God they let me use the bedroom. Because if I didn't have the bedroom and I was in the living room, I think I would have gone fucking crazy. Seriously. They were blasting the fucking TV. By the way, while that was happening, I kind of learned a new ability, if you even want to call it that. I think anyone can do it. I learned how to put my body into sleep paralysis. As in, I learned how to get inside my own head and activate my body becoming paralyzed and falling to sleep. Usually you have to wait a while, you have to relax your mind, you have to just turn your phone off and then lay down, and then eventually you'll fall asleep and not remember when you fell asleep. Me, I can just set it off anytime I want, like an off switch, an on and off switch. And it feels amazing because your mind is still awake, but your body is unmovable, literally. And it's cool, I feel relaxed. And literally any noise or annoying thing around you, you won't care about because your body is so relaxed, and then eventually you just fall asleep. So I learned how to do that because I kind of had no choice. The TV was at max volume. That's one thing I cannot fucking stand. And I'm just getting this out. When you are in a goddamn car with people and they feel the need to fucking blast the music to 100 volume, and it's just why? You know, when you do that, you release endorphins, you release adrenaline, you release dopamine, and it's just yeah, okay, those things feel kind of good. But when you do it for 4 fucking hours, it's kind of turn it off. I live with 2 old people. So when I'm in the car with them, the only thing I gotta listen to is them bullshitting about directions. I don't have to hear any fucking Nicki Minaj or loud ass dubstep. The speaker is fucking right here, right next to my head, and it's just even if I put my headphones in to use as earplugs, I can still hear it. I just do that so I don't die. You can die from sound, by the way. You can. It's possible. If the sound is too loud, your brain will either go into not cardiac arrest. Your brain could either have an aneurysm, a stroke, or a seizure. Most likely a seizure from extremely loud noise. So, I was able to fall asleep. That's good. I got 6 to 7 hours of sleep. That's fine. It's not terrible. All I could think about was stay on focus, stay on track, don't forget your goals, eye subliminals. It's all I could think about. My dad and my grandpa live in the fucking forest. So when I'm at my grandparents' house up there, my rich grandparents, they don't have Wi-Fi. They don't have internet, which is okay. It's just, if you need to get shit done or do something, because you can either go outside, talk to people, which I did, but then that gets boring. So then you go inside, you lay on the couch, which adjusts by a button. That's pretty cool. Someone will in the comments will say, well, why didn't you just watch TV? You don't know my family. My family is Italian. If you watch TV and everyone's outside, they're gonna fucking irritate the shit out of you until you come outside. You don't know my family. Growing up as that child that just wants peace, that just wants alone time, that just wants silence and harmony, and you grow up with a family that blasts loud-ass music all the fucking time and you have no bedroom, you just go crazy. Like, I actually feel lucky that I live here. Just spending 3 days with my family, 3 days, I'm like, okay, I want to go back. Like, right away. And oh my God, my family fucking, they cannot turn the TV off. That is so much programming to your head. I was trying to explain to my girlfriend what programming is, how it works. She just gets, Cody, I understand what subliminals are, and I understand how they work. You don't have to tell me. And I'm just like, no, you don't. You're rewording what I'm saying in a different way. I can tell when someone switches up your words so it looks like they're agreeing, but they're really disagreeing. Like, I'm smart. I can see through people's bullshit. She said, I didn't mean, I'm not arguing with you. Let's just drop it. I'm like, fine with me. Oh, God. People don't understand that subliminals are in movies. You're not paranoid for being aware. Look, 222. It's 222 right now. Synchronicity. You just don't... People don't understand that when they watch Netflix for 6 hours of people just cussing at each other, what are they going to do when they get in their car? They're going to say... They're going to, like, flip out, and they're going to be angry. They're going to swear at other people. Why? Because they're watching shit. See, I just swore. I've been around that for 3 days, and I'm already, like, swearing up a storm. Like, it doesn't take much to program someone, especially how long you watch it. If someone was listening to subliminals for 1 hour every day for 3 years, and then one person in the living room watches television for 12 hours for 4 days, they're going to get more results because they're listening to them or they're watching them. Television is brainwashing you, and all my family watches it. And that stupid excuse, no, I don't watch TV. It's too expensive. I watch Netflix. It's like, oh, that's so much better. Because it's not like the things on television aren't on Netflix. Oh, you can just watch them anytime you choose. Which is worse, actually, because you can watch them over and over and over again. When I hear someone say Netflix and chill or binge watching Netflix, I'm like, no. The reason my girlfriend and I even got into that conversation was because I started it by saying, I'm never showing my kids Disney movies. And she's like, I love Disney movies. Let's just show our kids. And I'm like, no! There was a dick in the cover of The Little Mermaid. Look that shit up. There was an erection that came out of the priest in The Little Mermaid. For a split second, which they remade, so no one would see it. But if you bring up any of this shit, people are like, that person is paranoid. I gotta stay away from them. Or they'll just disagree with you. And it's like, it's right the fuck there. I tried to, when I was up seeing my dad and my grandparents for summer, I tried to tell my dad about consciousness and how subliminals affect your body. Because every time I go up there, he's a fucking prick about it. He's like, so he's still changing your DNA with subliminals? And I'm like, yeah, because it works. It's been proven to work. Like, how much more proof do you need? That is why, and I don't just mean my dad. I fucking met a lot of birth path 7s, and they are so motherfucking analytical. Like, you cannot tell them something without having 15 data sheets to prove it to them. They need, like, loads of proof to believe something. And then it says that they're like really spiritual and even psychic. And it's like, how? They only believe something if, like, you give them a mountain of information on it, which I did, but that wasn't enough. Like, I just eventually gave up. See, the thing with people who either can't admit they're wrong, don't want to learn anything new, are afraid to learn anything new, are a dick to you, if you go up to them and say, you really hurt my feelings yesterday, they really won't know how to think in their brain. Because they'll be like, oh, I wasn't expecting that. What do I do? What do I say? And they'll just say, sorry. And they will mean it because they won't know how else to react. I'm like, the Baxter effect is real because there's so many videos on it. It's proven. He does it in front of you. And he has tons of different lab assistants that have documented for like 20 or 40 years of research. And he's like, is it documented by the something of science? And I'm like, no! And he's like, well, then it's not real. I'm like, that's why it's not all 7s, birth path 7s. It isn't all of them. But my cousin is, his name path number, also known as your soul urge number, is 7. His every first, middle, and last is a 7. And his birth path number in general is 7! He's 5 7s! And it's like, whoa! And whenever I'm around him, I literally just don't bother to tell him what I'm doing in my life. Because he'll just make a joke. 7s make fucking jokes that aren't funny. They make jokes and insult you over the things you think about, study, believe in, know about, do tons of research on. And they don't even give it a second thought unless you go up to them and you say, hey, you hurt my feelings. They'll be like, sorry? Oh, I never thought of that. Like, seriously. 7s, 8s, and 4s are the worst, and I mean the worst, in my opinion, life path numbers. And you know what? Your life path could be a 4, but your first, middle, and last name could be a 3, a 7, a 9. It's so random. It's just like your zodiac. Your zodiac sign, your sun sign, is not your entire zodiac birth chart. You gotta look all this shit up to actually know about the person. You can't just base it on one. I'm just saying, if my kids, especially an 8, but a 4, like, I might be able to tolerate a 7, maybe, but a 4. The problem with 4s, because I'm a 9, it's pretty funny, but my first, middle, and last name is 369. I'm creative, I'm nurturing and loving, and I'm spiritual and full of wisdom and intuition. I don't see anything wrong with that. If I have a 4, I'll have to probably kill it, because 4s are rule-oriented. They're super organized. They're pretty much the OCDs of the life path numbers. If they're lazy, then they're even worse. If they're way too organized, they're uncreative. Maybe that's a good way to put it. They are uncreative. They're not the kind of kid who will be dancing around, or singing, or drawing, or coloring. They're going to be the kid that's outside finding the fucking rocks that are the same size and putting them in a pile, and finding the unordinary rocks and putting them in a separate pile. Yeah! You know what an 8 life path would do? An 8 life path would fucking get the rocks, pick them up, and throw them at the other kids, and then start fucking yelling at the other kids. Because 8s are just the powerhouse. They need to be right all the time. Yeah. You know who gets along with life path 7 numbers? Life path 7 numbers. Why? Because they're pretty much the same. Yeah. Hey, at least life path 4 numbers are organized. Maybe I'll have one of those as a kid and not feed it. No, I'll feed it. I'll just make it like a maid, kind of, because they're more... Life path 4s are more servants. Yeah. They either really obey you or they really don't. I call life path 4s the OCD of the life path numbers. I call life path 8 the powerhouse, because that's usually what it's called. The kid that has to grow up and learn from his mistakes on his own or on her own. No one can tell her differently or him differently. I either want to have, I really, really, really want to have a 9 or a 6. 9 or 6. Or a 3 life path. Why? Because they're mine. I mean, an 8 and an 8 would kill each other. But a 9 and a 9? A 9 and a 6? Yes. I spilled water on my face. I mean, people say, oh, we're just going to get a kid and that will be that. You got to accept your kid for anything. Then he's born. He grows up 3 years and then you fucking slap him because you're like, I hate this kid. And then you got to deal with them for 18 years. I mean, why not have a child? And other people probably think this too. Why not have a child that you like? Why have a kid that you have nothing in common with and you don't get along with? No, really. Who agrees with that? Shouldn't parents like their children? I see way too many parents being dickheads to their kids. Be nice to your kids. If you didn't, plan it out. Plan it out. You can plan a child out. You can. Really. It's possible. Did you know that the elites actually have a system where they know how to make a woman give birth sooner or later than she's supposed to? So they can become a certain zodiac sign, they can become a certain life path, they can have certain life. They know what to name them because they know what names are rare, they know what names are successful. They plan everything, and so can you. You can plan what your child turns out to be. It's possible. It really is. But no one is told that in school, so no one fucking knows that. I'm sorry if I'm swearing a lot in this video. I was with 3 people. No, I was with my family And it will eventually wear off. It will. I had to keep intact my consciousness. Like, I had to keep intact giving out positive vibes. And I fucking used telepathy on my dad at night. See, the hard thing with telepathy on really stubborn-ass people is that you will actually, if you're an empath like me, you will actually feel the rejection. When you are visualizing someone, you're picturing where they are, you're picturing their face, and then you're talking with their voice in their own mind, you actually do feel rejection. Like, it's harder to do to those people because they're more blocked off. They have a firewall blocking their ability to absorb new information unless they learn it themselves. But eventually, I used telepathy on my dad for, I'm going to say 2 hours straight. And then in the morning a little. And the reason I was doing that wasn't so he would come to me and apologize. It would be so when I asked him for an apology, he would be more susceptible to agreeing. That's why I did it. And you know what? It worked. I could honestly, when I went up to see my family, have no friends. Like, I could honestly do that and be happy. Really. Because they say, well, friends make you happy in this society. Friends don't make you happy. You make yourself happy. Friends are a distraction to have fun. That's what friends are. Hey, you want to come over? Sure. We can order a pizza and hang out and play video games. I'm like, oh, okay, what did I just do? I had a fun time, but one, I ate shitty pizza, which hurt my body. I played video games, which killed my brain cells. Oh, but it improves hand-eye coordination. No, it doesn't. That's bullshit. And I wasted valuable time. I could be listening to subliminals to improve my life. But then society will put on all of you people, if you don't have friends, or if you don't have anyone, you're a narcissist. You're stubborn. You're lonely. They will do that. Our society does that. How do they do it? They don't directly do it, because if they put a commercial on TV that says, you need friends, you're lonely, no one would listen to it. Our prefrontal cortex would not listen to it. It would say, reject. That's negative. But instead, what they do is they show medicine commercials, they show camping commercials, and what are in those commercials? There's a family, or there are friends together having a campfire, roasting marshmallows. Our media puts on us that we need these things, that they're mandatory. You need money to survive. Yeah, that's true. That's a reality. But, like, overbuying things. Like, overly just buying things you don't need. Oh, we have 3 toasters. It's like, why do you need that? There are kids dying in other countries who are eating dirt and water. Look it up. And you are buying 3 toasters. It's like, okay. Like, why do you need that? If you're going to have a toaster, or you're going to have a microwave, or something, you don't need like more than, unless you're having lots of people live with you, then sure, do it. The more people, the more stuff you kind of need to take care of everyone. But I kind of want kids, but no wife. And if my girlfriend ever sees this, oh well. Like, really. Because kids, I tried to explain this to her, kids don't have a conscious mind yet. They have a subconscious only. And I do not know to this day, well, I kind of do, I kind of don't. There needs to be more research on it. Why kids even develop a prefrontal cortex. I know the prefrontal cortex releases human growth hormones so the kids can go through puberty and grow into adults. But the subconscious remembers everything. And when a kid only has a subconscious mind, everything they see around them is just going into their heads. If I had children, like 5 kids, if I had a mansion, and I would not mind having 5 kids, but I don't want a wife. I don't want a girlfriend. I don't want a wife. I don't need sex. I really don't. Why? Because I have come to peace with myself, and just meditating, closing my eyes, that's enough for me. Exercising, improving myself, getting myself more known, love it. Helping my subscribers with things they need to learn, love it. I love doing that. If you're doing what you love, there is no point in needing another person. Maybe you want another person. Maybe you love nurturing. Go for it. Go for it. If you like that, do it. Anything you like, you should do. But if you don't, because someone else told you you can't, or someone else like you're married to says, no, you can't do that. Fuck them. Don't live with them. You make your choices. You do it. That's why I love the skit Bill Burr did. And he's a comedian. Go on YouTube. He made fun of Hillary Clinton and Trump. And then after that, he did something that made my dad and little sister and older sister turn the TV completely off. He made fun of fat people. So, it's their fault they're fat. And you know what? This is a touchy subject. Why? Because our media is the one who's doing it. Our media is the one who's pushing in our faces fat models. They're pushing in our faces that fat is the new sexy. They're pushing in our faces fat. And you know what fat does? It kills you. You'll probably die by 50 to 70. Probably. Why? Because of maybe liver failure, heart disease. Most likely it will be heart disease because your heart can't stand all the fat that's crushing it. Maybe it will be your liver from drinking too much alcohol. Not all fat people drink alcohol. I know that for a fact. But it's your fault. Oh, but I am genetically like this. It's like, no, you're not. No, you're not. I have met people. I have seen people online. I have seen before and after pictures of fat people who became completely fit. And they had fat-ass parents who loved being fat. What did they do? They exercised. Oh, Jesus. You know what sports drinks do? My sister, when we were at the pool, because my grandparents have a pool, said that one of her friends owns a workout studio, and she lost tons of weight. And how did it happen? She drank this drink. No. That's not how she lost weight. And to a message to my little sister, you aren't fat. You're normal size. But you think you're fat because you pay too much attention to Instagram and Facebook, which have tons of fake girls with tons of makeup and filters, which makes other girls feel insignificant and ugly. That's the truth. That is 1,000% the truth. Also, TV and movies do that too. They show a model, they show how beautiful she is with all this makeup, but if you take the makeup off, she is ugly as a motherfucker. My girlfriend, she's beautiful without makeup. You know what's funny? That I find some fat girls have incredibly beautiful faces. They do. And good personalities. But the problem is, especially in my mind, that sex with a fat person, it's not that bad. But you want to have sex with a thin person because that's what they push on you. I want to have sex with a thin person. And I hope my girlfriend sees this. She is aware. She is aware. I don't have to keep telling her. People have to change on their own. But the problem with the media is that... Sorry, I'm talking too much. They don't want us to change. They don't. They want us to obey what the media tells us, don't think any other way, and just work all your life so you can pay off your mortgage and car payments. That's what the media wants. It's not paranoia. It's in your face. You're just too dumb not to realize it. A sports drink will not make you lose weight. Your brain, which tells your body everything, is what's making you lose weight. You can lose weight through a subliminal. And you know what's actually doing that? It isn't fully the subliminal. It is you. You can have faster results with a subliminal if you believe that it is working. Thought affects your cells. And some people will be like, that's not true. Well, why the fuck are you watching this video then? Why are you on my channel? I talk about this all the time in tons of other videos. This is sarcasm. I love the people who hate this kind of stuff, yet they watch it because they're curious, but they're too afraid to do it. Man, I speak so much truth. So they insult you because they're afraid to do it, but they really want to do it, but they're scared to do it, so they need to get their fears out on someone else by insulting them. I need more water. People are funny creatures. You know, if the media just ended, it died off, like, social media just died off, advertisements died off, TV died off, religion died off. People would be so much nicer and accepting to each other than they are now. All these ideas and things that people believe, which is their choice to believe in, is tearing the world apart. But the biggest thing that is the media. Bill Burr, the comedian, made a really funny joke about Trump building a wall. He said, what the fuck is the guy going to do? Go to Home Depot 16,000 times to get tons of wood and bricks? And he explained how far the wall would be. And he's like, he's not going to build the wall. He's just saying that to scare all you. And you know what that did? Is it made my dad and my sister and my, other sister, really serious. And it's like, he's telling the fucking truth. Listen to him. Listen to him. Listen. I think we've been so brave, not me, not you. I think people, the sheeple, have been brainwashed so much in this society now that they are literally afraid to see any different way than what the media is telling them. The media is like a strict nun with a ruler who spanks you if you disagree with her. That is the media. And it's really sad. I really mean it. Being around my family for just 3 days was like, you guys watch this shit? My friend, who I don't really talk to anymore because he became really paranoid, too paranoid, he made a really good comment about the movie Get Out. That recent movie that came out, Get Out, where the black guy meets a girl in a muffin shop. He goes and meets the family in this really weird neighborhood. They're all nice to him. Then he finds out the family are crazy and they kill black people or capture them or brainwash them or something. I watched the ending of it and I'm like, yeah, my friend was right. It literally subliminally subliminally, is a movie showing how white people are evil to black people, and black people are the good people. Literally, like, I don't want to say literally, Leafy says that. That is the premise of the movie. Only intuitive people can see past what they're trying to convey. Surely, yes, it's a horror movie. Horror movies, not horror movies, horror movies and thrillers, I would say it's more of a thriller movie, release dopamine in your brain, serotonin, and adrenaline. What does this do? This makes the subliminal messages remember easier. When you watch a cartoon or a TV show or movie, all those things you remember. Why, though? Because your brain is, what's a good way to put it, pre-programming itself because it's releasing hormones from watching it on a screen. Like if a person just generally said to you something, you probably would disagree with it, and your conscious mind would say, eh. When you watch a television screen or a computer screen, this is why I make visual subliminals, you are allowing your mind to absorb everything that is teaching you. And your subconscious mind remembers most of the things in the background, the Easter eggs, that's what they call them in movies and video games. It remembers the Easter eggs, even if you don't consciously see them, your subconscious sees them. Want to know the reason why kids who play like Mortal Kombat or Modern Warfare 3 or any of those violent games are more violent? Not all of them, but when you repeatedly kill people, when you repeatedly murder people in a game, that kind of idea, if you do it too much, may become a reality because you're curious now. Your subconscious is curious. Oh, maybe I should do this. This is right. I keep killing people in a game, so maybe I should try it in real life. They blame video games in a lot of that stuff on the shootings, and in my opinion, they can. I don't care. Do what you want. If the media tells truth, they like take it down. It's like, no truth telling to the people. That would be wrong. If you've watched this video all the way to this point, because I hope you do, and you will, then you'll get this message. I am making a very long video, which I started working on. It will have imagery in it. It will have me talking. I'm going to edit it a lot. It's a pretty decently long video on subliminals, how they work, why they work, and yeah, that way, whenever someone asks me a question on subliminals, I can just send them that video now. I don't have to retype everything each time when someone's like, I'm just starting subliminals. What do you recommend? And they have every right to ask because, like, they're new to it and I know a lot about it and they're just being nice and asking. But it gets tiring after a while, and sometimes you just want a video to send them that they can watch. Plus my YouTube, oh Jesus, is going up so much. So much. The 3 days I was gone, I got 20 subscribers. And I'm like, okay, that is the fastest amount, in the fastest amount of time I have gotten subscribers. Because usually I used to get like maybe 4 to 6 subscribers a day, maybe. Now I get like 10 a day. And it's just, okay, because the first day I left, I was still getting like 4 subscribers a day. So who knows? Like, well, I do. I know it will go up. That's on my list right there that I put on my wall. Becomes YouTube famous. When you want to manifest something on a piece of paper, you should put it in present tense. You could put became or becomes or became. Because if you put became, that means it happened in the past and it worked. Your subconscious mind will accept that faster. If you put, I'm working really hard right now and I can do it, I know I can do it, it's encouraging, but it's not getting into your subconscious very much. And subconscious just means a habit. Like, you're going to do it all the time once it's in your subconscious. You're going to remember it. You're going to want it to happen. You're going to schedulely do it. And to end this video, I just want to say one thing. Be nice to your kids. Love your kids. Because they're our future. And treat them right. Even if you don't like them. I just make those jokes to get rid of them. I don't really mean it. Treat your kids right. Love your kids. And give them what you didn't have as a kid. Don't treat them like how you got treated as a kid. Because that will just fuck them up and continue the cycle. I'm going to give my kids everything. By the way, you can't really see it here because my screen's kind of dark. Turn my screen up. You can't really see it in my eyes. My eyes look dark. But if you go in sunlight, my eyes are actually grayish, which is pretty cool. And I don't mean like bright, luminous gray yet. They got really light. I didn't get to listen to subliminals very much while I was up there. But I'm going to end the video here. We're at 42 minutes, so it's just an update. What else can I say? Nothing really. I love all my sisters. I love my family. Goodbye.